One case that is closed today is that of a suburban dad who led a otherwise normal life, but now he's going to prison. Nobody in his family knew he spent 5 years scamming 200 people across the country out of $600,000. It's a story my friend Lou Raguse broke in 2019, and that story in 2019 started the FBI investigation. Lou?
That's right, Jen. And today in court, Charles Fields explained how his business started out with honest intentions, but when he couldn't deliver on his promises, it turned into a Ponzi scheme as he started recruiting new victims to try to pay back others. A lot of people have been waiting to hear from you, Charles. His name is Charles Fields. For 5 years, he lured people in with the promise of jobs, selling water purifiers.
There was a guaranteed salary of $5,000 a month.
The catch? To land the job, people had to pay thousands of dollars up front to buy a machine they could use in demonstrations. How long did it take to get your water machine?
I actually never received the water machine.
Did you ever receive the machine?
No.
Never got the machine.
Using ever-changing company names from WaterTech Marketing, Water Innovations Group, and Mile High H2O, the government says Charles Fields ripped off nearly 200 victims for almost $600,000.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Victims like Joel LaCentra in New York were drawn in by voice messages sent by Fields using phony names like David Mueller,
Michael again,
or Michael Brunn.
We're not like some, company in a garage that just created a website and said, hey, send us money. That's not what it is.
And he was so sincere and so earnest and so convincing that I said, you know what? Let me take a chance. Sometimes you just got to take that leap of faith.
I was dealing with Michael Brunn.
David Maddox from Las Vegas lost out on many opportunities because of Fields.
It was the dream that got shattered.
But he was one of the lucky early victims who got paid back at the expense of victims like Joe.
By the time he refunded me, he had already started different waves of people that he was pulling money from and even raised the price.
I got taken for $5,500 and he was kind enough to give me $500 back maybe 5 years ago. And that was the end of that.
The FBI raided Fields' house in Blaine after KARE 11 Investigates exposed Fields in 2019. Charles, Lou Raguse from KARE 11 News. I think it's about time we sat down and talked. Still no comment. Weeks after that, someone who found the story online reported Fields dumping shredded documents, checks, business records, and fake IDs in their garbage. What do you make of that?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
After pleading guilty to wire fraud last year, today, Fields learned his fate in federal court. You have anything to say? Fields read a long apology to the judge, saying in part, "I will make no excuses for my criminal conduct and everything that led me here today. They didn't just lose money, they were betrayed by someone they trusted." Judge David Doty then sentenced Fields to 4.5 years in prison.
I'm not happy for anyone to go to prison, but under these circumstances, I think he deserves it.
I usually don't celebrate someone's downfall, but I'm like, when you've done so much bad to so many people, I mean, there needs to be repercussions.
Hopefully, 4.5 years in prison, he'll be a better person. I hope.
Fields brought a check for $25,000 with him to court today, his first restitution payment, which he'll have to continue when he's released from prison. Jana.
So how many victims will get made whole, do you think? Any idea?
It's hard to say. He still has to pay back more than $500,000, so they can claim about half of what he makes to try to pay back victims, but it's hard to tell how long it'll take to pay back any percentage of that.
All those times he tried to talk to him, he never would talk to you?
Well, he would set up interviews back then, and we would be all set up in the studio ready to do it, and then he would cancel. It actually delayed the first story that we were planning to run on it, but eventually we ran it anyway. Today he talked to me, and he said that maybe he should have taken us up on one of those offers.
I'll bet. Thanks so much, Lou. Appreciate it.